Let me introduce you to Willa Likinson. She's from Zombies 2 by Disney. We've got a werewolf for our special honored guest today. Welcome and happy Halloween. Welcome to the pack. These are all from last week's video, and I thought it would get us into the mood. There is so much information and projects in this one diorama that I'm going to split it up into two sections. The back says, the fierce leader of the werewolf pack, she owns the night. There are a few others in the set, but this is the only one I ended up getting. I wouldn't mind a few more. Let's open the box up and meet Willa. Yay, it's got easy opening. And there's our first glimpse without the packaging. Pretty. Totally forgot the main one. Now, does she have a stay in her head? I bet. Yep. I hate the stays that they put in here. She had not one, but two stays in her head. Ugh. Now, Willa is beautiful. I absolutely loved her the moment I saw her on Amazon. Look at her hair. I love the ringlets. She even has a little bit of white mixed in underneath right here. Gorgeous. She comes with purple gold on her eyelids, a little mark on her cheek, probably a tattoo or maybe a scar, purple lips. She has multiple tattoos everywhere, star on her hand, marks on her arms. This one has another star, and it looks like arrowheads and more scratches. I love the bracelet. That is just neat. She comes wearing a fur jacket that's on like a purple glittery silk cloth. It's tailored at the waist. She has a beautiful white necklace. Looks like a heart, maybe. She has a red and purple tank top. This does come off. The top and the pants are two separate pieces, or are they? Yes, they are. She has a leg bag. I guess that's what you call it. Her pants look like they have cuts in them. These are just printed on details. I like the scratches right there. The pants are soft. They're not fuzzy, but they're soft. And then she has black boots with a lot of little details, buckles and everything. I've never seen the show or movie, so I have no clue. If you could enlighten me, I'd be grateful. I will say that the fur on the collar is extremely soft. I have a feeling Kitten's gonna want to steal this. Not sure if you can see this very well, but Willa is shedding. I guess that's to be expected. She is a werewolf. Well, we can already see that she has several extra points of articulation. Let's check out her entire body. She can move at the head, up and down, and side to side. Actually, a very good rotation. Her shoulder can't go up farther than that, but can go all the way back and all the way up. So that's not bad. Would have liked that to go up though. She does have a bendable elbow, not double jointed, but bendable. And she can bend and twist at the wrist. Can she do at the waist? Nope. Her hip can't go out very far, but she can go forward and backward. She does have a knee, but it's not double jointed. And let's take a look at her feet. Just foot, no ankle joint. She can twist at the knee, so that kind of gives her the illusion of an upper thigh joint, which I kind of like. Better than nothing. And as you can tell, some more of her hair fell out. Poor girl. Now that she's in my little weird world, her character's gonna change. I'm gonna call her Willow, but I need a last name. If you have any ideas, put them in the comments. I like Likinson, but where that was her old name, I want her to have something new. Her new character is going to be a werewitch. Part werewolf, part witch. Her dad was a werewolf, so we'll have her mom be a witch. That way she can have magical powers. We can have the necklace be an amulet from her mother. Now all we need is a magical potion spell room. Let's see what we can come up with. My husband loves getting the Halloween cereals. Perfect to make her potion room. I thought this would be the perfect way to test out these molds we got the other week. I got this Play-Doh air clay at the Dollar Tree, and it says it's paintable. So we're gonna try that. And we also have the Crayola Model Magic. We're gonna test it out with it too. Let's build a spooky magical room. Let's do the air dry clay first. I'm just wanting a very thin layer. I'm gonna need more than this, I know that. But I'm starting here in the corner, And then I'm just going to work it into all the crevices. Make sure that I don't have any kind of holes. Now this may take a whole thing just for one. Hope not. I was hoping to get 2 or 3 out of this. Once these are done and dry, we're going to stick them up on a wall. You can see how I'm doing it, so let's skip to the next step. Well, it took the whole bag of that air dry clay to do one section. So I guess I will leave that to dry. Hopefully it'll turn out well. So let's start with this one now. I love that it has the Ziploc enclosure at the top. The only bad part about this is it's green. Thankfully, I'm gonna paint it. Start at the top, getting all the nooks and crannies and working my way down. Let's get a taste of what it's gonna look like. You ready? Oh, that's gonna be pretty. What do you guys think? I'm gonna also try out this one that looks like rocks. That might be cool. Do not need a ton. You can hear it popping. Reminds me of bubble wrap. Guess that's what they mean by air clay. Neat. This time, instead of putting it on there and smoothing it out, I'm actually trying to make a big sheet to begin with. That's sort of uniform. See how this works. Now this one is not as clear cut as the other ones. This one you can go all the way out to the edge. So this is going to be a little bit different. Let's work on this and you can come back later to check it out. Almost to the end. This does take a bit. Might just have been easier to use hot glue or paint the details on. We'll have to wait and see. I will say with this clear one, it is so nice to be able to see where you're not getting it in all the grooves. It's like the reverse of the bubble popper. Now if I don't get all these perfect, that's fine because rocks are not perfect anyway. But I just didn't want any huge gaps. I am probably going to end up having to put more in this because where I'm pushing it, yep, work in progress. I'm going to try to break down these boxes and figure out a layout for a room. Finally got them opened up. The side did not want to come apart as easily as the bottom did. So I went ahead and just cut along that edge. Where this is a Halloween one, I'm going to go ahead and keep this as a backdrop. And that's a cool castle in the back. I am going to slather this with the glue stick. Make sure it's very well covered, especially at the edges. All right, it's ready to connect. Line up everything. This is one of the reasons I'm wanting to do it this way. Now I can fold it for storage. And then I'm going to clamp it down so hopefully sticks. We'll have to wait and see. Let's see how well these worked. Seems like it's doing well. And here's our walls. So here's how I'm going to lay it out. I'm going to keep this main fold here and one fold on each side. That's a nice size room. So I decided I'm going to keep the tabs on the bottom because I want to be able to attach the flooring. But these tabs here on top, I'm going to get rid of. I found these at my local dollar store. These have 6 of them and they look like antique apothecary bottles with corks. They're a little on the smaller side, but you have these that look like giant mason jars with metal lids. Both of them look really cool. I have done so many of the Make It Mini craft kits that I have a bunch of leftover resin. These are just a few. I have about 6 or 7 more. Let's see if we could put some of this to good use if there's any left in here. If I've done my math right, there's 33 containers. Let's make some potions. This one decided to leak a little bit, so let's try it first. Still kind of sticky. I don't recommend doing this without gloves. Yeah, I'm gonna set this up so hopefully it'll just drop right in. If there's any left in there, may not be. I really should have protected this surface. This does have some. This was from quite a while ago. I'm very surprised I still have any left in here. I really thought I would end up, it would be all dried up by now. Interesting. This is going to take a while, so let me speed it up. I was able to make all these from leftover resin. I was pleasantly surprised with these 4. These I actually used a brand new one. So you are able to get some resin out even after you've used it for the Make It Mini for a little while at least. I still have a bunch of these, But I also found these. They look like little beakers or vials. I know they're supposed to be necklaces, but that's neat. I have a little bit of milk left. I want to see what I can do. So let's go with a little bit of blue and green. Hey, that was pretty good. I'm putting a little bit of the mixture in the bottom of this flask, and then I'll put the rest in one of the bottles. Let's find some other stuff to put in here. We can use some of these leaves from the Make It Mini food for herbs, and I was going to use some cayenne pepper as powdered bloodroot. And there we are. You can do this with any spice or seasoning. What do you think? Here's a fun one. Let's make some eyeballs. What do you think? We'll use red and say they're vampire eyes. I'm trying not to. This is a styrofoam ball, so I'm trying my best not to squish it. That's definitely pink, not red. Well, let's see if this will still work. Let's say that's the iris, and here's the pupil. See if we can get a little bit more of the red around it. What do you think? A vampire eyeball. So there you go. Some vampire eyeballs. She's running low. This is actually a pretty big backdrop, so I'll be doing it in stages. I have this that was left off of a donut box. Doesn't have anything on the back, but I'm going to use this as my door, since it's going to be in like a cave-ish type of stronghold. I marked out the outline. That way, nothing will be in the way when I put the door on. I've made several. All these are going to be painted, so the clay color doesn't matter. We have 5 of these, 1 of those full sheets, and 2 of these. Let's see what I can create. I figured out I want these 2 here. That'll stabilize this fold, at least a little bit. So I'm going to trim off a little bit on this edge, and then possibly add it on this side. So right here looks good. And there we are. So that gives us a few extra bricks. And perfect. Love it. Now to glue this down. I did some research on how to attach these, and they said tacky glue should work, so let's test it out. I'm going to take a paintbrush to make it even. I think I'm going to add it directly to this. Do it on here. That may be a little much, but we'll see. I want to get a good coverage though, all the way out to the edges. I think I need to work quickly. It's called tacky glue for a reason. All this is going to get painted, so if I get a little extra glue on the backing, it's not that bad of a deal. Just trying to do this before it dries. Thankfully, tacky glue takes a bit. Now let's see, will it work? And move these out of the way. I'm applying pressure, trying to do it evenly. Guess we'll just have to wait and see. Doesn't look bad. Time will tell. Subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Until next time, toodaloo.